I wanted to be a writer ever since I was a little boy. And my parents used to take me to cafes in Jerusalem and promise me ice cream if I keep quiet during their conversations with friends. And ice cream was a rare commodity. So I had to keep quiet, and they talked to their friends for very long hours. I learned how to spy on the next tables, to spy on the other guests, overhear snatches of conversation, look at the clothes and at the body language and at the shoes of people and invent their life stories. This is how I became a writer. I think a curious person is a better person who is not curious, because curiosity means imagining the other. And if you imagine the other, you develop a certain degree of empathy and tolerance. So I'm a great believer in curiosity. I think every significant literature is local and provincial. Chekhov writes about Russia, and Faulkner writes about the Deep South in America, and Garcia Marquez writes about Colombia. Literature, by definition, is local and provincial. I think the human condition is very often a condition of unfulfillment, of yearning. I think many of us are searching something that we have lost, and we don't know what we have lost and why we have lost it and where we have lost it, and still we are searching it. Israel was born out of a dream, and this is unique. All other countries in the world were born out of geography, out of history, out of demographics, and out of politics. Israel was born out of a dream. Everything that is born out of a dream tends to have a taste of disappointment about it. The only way to keep a dream perfect and rosy and wonderful is never to live it out. When you fulfill a dream, any dream, not just building a nation, writing a novel, planting a garden, living out a sexual fantasy, every dream that is fulfilled is bound to taste of disappointment. Israel has a certain disappointment about it, but this is not in the nature of Israel, it's in the nature of dreams coming true. My father was born in Odessa in the Ukraine, but he grew up in Vilno, which at that time was part of Poland. My mother was born in Ruvne, which at that time was part of Poland. So both of them came from Poland. Have they forgotten Poland? You know, it's impossible to answer this question. Poland evokes mixed feelings in Israeli Jews. And for many, many years to come, it will still evoke mixed feelings. The Jews and the Poles were married together for 1,000 years. It was a long marriage, and it was not a happy marriage. Sometimes it was a violent marriage. And this Jewish-Polish marriage ended with a colossal crime, German crime, against the Jews and against the Poles. But there are common genes. There are some Jewish genes in your Polish culture, and there are some Polish genes in our Jewish-Israeli culture. It is our duty, the duty of this generation and the following generations, to work on those common genes and study each other, get to know each other and get closer to each other. This is very important. I don't know if literature provokes social changes. It's very hard to measure influence. Influence is a mysterious phenomenon. But I think readers of literature learn how to imagine the other. By reading a novel, by reading a story, you imagine the lives of other people. You ask yourself, what if I were him? What if I were her? This question is very important for the society. And this is the main contribution of literature to society, making people imagining the others and putting themselves in the shoes of others or under the skins of others.